Recently, there's been some big updates that affect my account. The first is the removal of Favor in Kourend. This now means I can use the Arceus Spellbook, which was previously not possible. This gives me access to a bunch of new teleports around the game. Unfortunately, no thralls due to the Kingdom Divided quest needing Volcanic Sulfur and Dark Essence, which aren't quest items and leaves me no way of getting them. But I am fine with that because the teleports in this book are huge. So let's go and change to it. But why is this so big for my account? Well, that's because this is my boss locked Iron Man. Starting as a level 3, I've been leveling up my account through fighting bosses and using their loot. I'm an Iron Man, so this means no trading with other players or using the Grand Exchange. But I have taken it a step further and can't buy items or pick them up. My goal is to obtain my best in slot gear that I'll have access to, with the final challenge being the Inferno, the hardest content in RuneScape. I am very excited to do this, and that is change my spellbook to the Arceus Spellbook. When I started this account, of course, I never thought this was going to be possible, but now it is. I only ever thought I was going to be using the main spellbook until the discovery of the thread to use the Lunar Spellbook, and now I can use the Arceus one. I can actually do Resurrect Crop, though. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. That's actually a nice one to have, but a lot of them are locked behind a Kingdom Divided. I can animate any of the heads that I have gotten now from previous things, but that's about it, alongside all the teleports. So the teleports are going to be incredibly useful because they give me so many teleports I previously didn't have access to different areas. For example, anything in Mauritania now is really, really good to get to. Now I have a Salve Graveyard teleport, a Frankenstein Castle teleport, which will be my best way to get to Nightmare or even TOB later on because I can go from here to the boat to over here. So that's really nice. Previously, my best way of getting to Canifis, if I wasn't going to be doing barrows and using the minigame teleport, was walking from the center of Varrock. So this is a massive, massive time save. I think what my plan will be now is I want to put these teleports in my house because I don't really have a need to be on the Arceus Spellbook. I kind of more so need to be on the normal Spellbook. And if I put these teleports in my house, then I don't have to worry about being on the Spellbook and can just go back to my house and teleport to any one of these places whenever I need. And of course, the biggest one being the Barrows teleport. Before I add the portal chamber to my house, I think now is a good time to use the over 10,000 oak planks I got mainly from Calvarion. I only need 50 construction for the portal chamber, and I'm already at 65. But I also want to add some other things to the house, and for that, I need a higher construction. So I'm just going to quickly use up the 10k planks. It won't really be that quick, but oh well. I just recorded an entire clip and I didn't even have my recording software up. So I just hit 74 construction with the last of my planks on that one, and it didn't actually really get me anything, and none of the levels from level 65 to now really got me anything I can build. So I'm going to go get my runes and everything that I need now to build some portal chambers, but first I'll have to do some rune crafting because I don't really have that many elemental runes. So I'm going to have to go rune craft a bunch of things that I'll need for my portal chamber, so let's go and do that. Alright, I finished off doing my rune crafting just there in the abyss, just making some earth runes and some water runes. And I also got myself 50 rune crafting. Didn't unlock anything for me, but it just looks nice in my total levels now. Now I have the stuff in my inventory to actually make one of the portal rooms. I need to make 2 of them because I currently want to put in 6 different portals. Okay, the house has been rearranged, so let me build my portal room. I don't have my cash, god damn it. Alright, now let me build my portal room. So I just need to build a portal chamber for 100k, chuck it in there, and now I can build the teleport focus. I can use my limestone bricks I got all the way back when I was doing Wintertot. Build that, and I just need to make my 3 teak frames and just redirect them to where I need it to go. So all these teleports are going to be for Arceus teleports, and I only really need 6. And this should be all the runes that I need for it. So the teleports I'm going to put in here are going to be Mauritania teleports. So the first one I'm going to do on the left here is probably going to be one of the more useful ones, which will be the Salve Graveyard teleport, which is right here. So that one's now going to get me straight to Canifis. If I look on the map, it basically puts me right here. The next teleport after that one is going to be Frankenstein's Castle, which puts me right up here. And then after that, I am, of course, doing the Barrows one. I don't think I need to explain why Barrows is going to be incredibly good to go to, but that is going to save me so much time on my Barrows grinds now. It will be insane. Now I'm going to focus these 3 portals here, and the first one I'm going to focus to, I think, Draenor Manor. And I'm going to direct the second one into the wilderness, and that is the cemetery teleport. So I'll put that one to the cemetery, and then my last portal is going to go to the battlefront. So now I don't have an excuse to not really do Hespori or do my farm runs in the farming guild anymore. But that's all I really wanted to do for these kind of things. Now I just need to actually add a pool into my house. All right, now we have one, and it's time to build the pool space. So I can make all the way up to a rejuvenation pool at 80 construction. Obviously, I don't have that just yet, but I can make up to the revitalization pool right now. I can't get 2 marble blocks, so I am blocked from the fancy rejuvenation pool and the ornate, but that is fine. So I made the first restoration pool, and that one now restores special attack. It doesn't do anything else, but it does restore special attack. And now I'm going to make the revitalization pool. That's made with 10 stamina potions. I've got these from trading my herbs with Dr. Jekyll way back in the day. I haven't done it for a very long time, but I did have 12 in my bank, and 10 were specifically for this. So there we go. Now that I've made that, it now restores my special attack and my stamina when I come into my house. Besides that, that's everything I wanted to do in my house. Now, I think it's time to talk about the other new update that's happened. Of course, that other update is Scurrius the Rat King, which is the new boss that has been added to the game. He doesn't have any game-changing loot for me, but he does drop some arrows, which is pretty nice. The best thing about Scurrius is that you can get really good XP rates, and that's the thing I'm most excited for. Scurrius drops a spine, which lets you make 3 new rat bone weapons that are really good on him. Unfortunately, I can't make the rat bone mace, since the only way I can get a rune mace to combine with the spine is if I smith it myself at 87 smithing. But the bow and the staff I can make. I just need a U-short bow and a normal battle staff. The only reason I will be killing Scurrius will be for the range XP. I currently have about 37k arrows of all different types in my bank. I plan to use a good portion of these on Scurrius to train my range and see how many levels I will get, since this will be by far my best way to train range from now on. There we go, first kill down. That was not bad at all. Very easy to do, and I've got many more for the future as well. I, of course, still need the Scurrius spine until I can actually start ranging it, but for now, I think melee is my best option for it. That's definitely already an item to get. A long bone, I think there's still maybe a 1 in 100, maybe a 1 in 400, but that's funny to see straight away. I've just got a medium clue from this boss, and just notice, this is one of my very few places I can get medium clues from. This is actually the first boss I can kill and get a medium clue from. The only other medium clues I could get was from caskets from Temporos, so this is really cool. And I could also get some medium clues when getting KC at God Wars Dungeon from certain minions, but that was kind of a little bit too much work. But here, this is the first boss I can get mediums from, and it's actually putting my combat diary to use. Because with the combat diary, the medium clues are now 1 in 23. So that's not that bad from here, and hopefully I can get something pretty good from these medium clues I'll get. Finally got the rat spine, and I do say finally, because it was only 22 KC, and going by the wiki and its current rates, it's a 1 in 33, so not that bad. Now I can actually go make the rat bone weaponry. So what I'm going to be making is, of course, the bow, because this is going to be my range training method. So I think I just use this straight on the U-bow. I need a knife. Now if I use that on this, there we go. I've got my rat bone bow. So this is what I will be using on the boss now, and I can now swap up my gear a little bit as well. I've got my range gear on now, and this is the setup that I'm going for. Obviously, it's my best range stuff I have in some of the slots here, like obviously the helmet, the body, the boots, and the van braces are the best range setup I have. I have got spine chaps, which are equivalent to green d'hide chaps, but I've gone for the Saradome and legs instead, just because they give me like 5 prayer or something. Yeah, 5 prayer, which is so much better because I do have to pray for the whole kill here. I'm also going to be using my rune arrows first and going through this stack, and hopefully Scurrius replenishes some along the way. And then I've got my Ring of the Gods on for more prayer bonus, and of course the rat bone short bow. The good thing about using the rat bone short bow on rats is it gives me a plus 10 damage versus rats. So it will give me a lot of extra damage and a lot of XP here. Just had to go swap to my Varrock Skirt because goddamn do these little rats actually hurt so much at the boss summons in here. I'm taking constant amounts of damage from them, so I have just swapped to the Varrock Skirt, which will lose me 1 prayer bonus, but I get a bunch more defensive bonuses from it, so I should hopefully be taking a lot less damage in here now because yeah, the little dudes were kind of wrecking me. The first range level of the grind so far, currently going pretty well here. I haven't done that many kills since I got the bow, it's only been 7, so I was pretty close to the level. But I'm currently getting about 80k range XP an hour. It's pretty quick because you can one-tap all the rats and it's just a 1-tick attack speed with the bow for the little rats that he summons. So that speeds it up a lot. And I've been focusing on the rats whenever he spawns them and killing them instantly, which means during the fight, I'll sometimes do 2 or 3 rat phases, which is very different from melee. With melee, I wouldn't bother about them because they didn't really hit that hard, but they kind of still hit very hard when I'm in range gear. So I've been killing the rats whenever he summons them. So I do have to kill maybe 12, maybe 15 per fight, but that means they're just all extra XP for 1 tick attack speed. So I'll show you like this. So I can attack all these for 1 tick right now, and then since I've killed them early, he will summon them again, but it's just more XP. And all I'm here for is XP. So anything that I can do like that is going to be really nice. That's already 50 kills and a medium clue. I'll do that in just a sec. But I'm getting about 90k range XP an hour, which is much better than the fight caves, which was just 20k an hour. The average loot here is also looking pretty nice. The arrows are nice as just a little boost, but besides that, it's really just alchables, so not much to say. But I do still only have 1 spine, so hopefully I get more of those. This is the first medium clue casket I have got from completing a clue at Scurrius, so let's see if we get anything good. Of course, I do have the ranger boots already, so getting manacles would be the absolute best thing I can get from it. Manacles would be really, really good if I could get those. That's a lot of extra strength bonus. Then climbing boots, it's not a lot, I think it's like 2 or something over climbing boots, but it would still be good to see something really nice from this casket. Yeah, that's shit. Second medium clue from Scurrius. We'll see if we get anything. Wow, this is somehow even worse than the last one. That's fucking horrible. Finally, the second spine coming in at 70kc. We were a little bit dry on it. Should have received it by 66, but that's not too bad. This one I'll add to the staff and actually have a magic staff. So any spine I get from here on after is just going to be traded in for XP. Not too long after, another rat spine. It's definitely coming in fast now, so this one's going to be an XP one. All right, now that we've banked, let's attach this spine to the battle staff. I need a chisel to do that. Of course, I need another tool. So let's attach it on, and there we go. Now we have the cheese staff. So this will be useful if I do want to train magic, because if I ever want to actively train magic, I go into the fight caves and just like airstrike things until I die. And that's like 15k or something an hour. So if I do use the bone staff here, it'll be around about the same XP an hour as the bow. So that's like about 90k mage XP an hour, which is much better than anything I currently do. And with the other bone I got, I'm able to talk to this guy right here and get it exchanged for some XP. So now I exchange this for a combat lamp here, and I get the lamp and I get to put it into any one of my combat things. So that also includes prayer. So I get attack, strength, defense, prayer, as well as range, magic, and hit points. I'm never going to put it into hit points. I'm not going to put it into any of my attack, strength, or defense as well, but I don't want to put it into range because what it gives me 5k XP in range or 3.5k in prayer. So I'm going to put them all into prayer because prayer is obviously one of the bigger bottlenecks now than what range is. So all the extra spines I get from now on will just go straight into prayer. That's already 100k C. I'm going to stop here and do something else and come back. I have been getting a lot of medium clues and a bunch of steps have been on Zaya. So with the favor changes, I can actually do all the previous quests that required favor. These quests will get me the pages needed to add to this book to unlock a teleport to all the different house areas. First, I actually need to come back to Chambers to train for the Arceus quest. What I need to train is Hunter. This is my only way to train Hunter, so I'll just keep resetting until I get a resource room with bats in it. Resetting the raids has been made easier after the changes to Cox. So now I don't even need to run back into the raid, I can just sit here and reset from inside. There we go, that's 12 Hunter already done. Now I have the requirements for the Ascent of Arceus quest. But I am actually going to stay here for a little bit longer and just get my Hunter up a little bit. I'm kind of sick of looking at a skill that's this low, so I think I might get it up to just, I don't know, maybe 20, maybe 30, and then call it there and go do all the Arceus quests. Not all the Arceus quests, all the Corrend quests. In my inventory, you can see that I have a Prail Bat 1, which is the second bat you can catch in here. That's caught at 15 Hunter, so I just reset my raid so I could come back in and actually catch them. But at level 1, you catch Guantics. So I came in here and there was one Prail and one Guantic. So I caught the Prail and then it turned into another Guantic. So I caught those two and they both became Prail Bats. But then I caught one Prail Bat and it stayed as a Prail Bat, which is that one. But the other one turned back into a Guantic. So I don't know if they have like a 50-50 chance of spawning the other one or not, but that one's came back as a Prail Bat, or is this one the only one that's glitched? That's another Prail Bat. I don't know why sometimes it spawns the Guantic ones. I want to show it. The thing that sucks about it is these guys are 9 Hunter XP and these bats are only 5. So this is nearly 2 times better. So if it does sometimes spawn these bats, which is really odd, then I'm just going to be getting less XP. There we go. It spawned back as a Guantic bat. That's so odd. In the first episode, when I came here to catch my fish to get ready for Temporos, it never gave me lower tier fish when I had the fishing level for a higher tier. So I don't know if this is something exclusive to bats, and especially in the first few levels, but it just feels weird that it's still spawning a lower level bat when I have the level to catch the middle one. That's 20 Hunter. Didn't take too long, but now it's time to do all the Corrend quests. First though, a quick announcement. I recently got signed by Kick, so I'll be live a lot of the time over there. So go to kick.com/ZZ because I'll be live right after the release of this video. And for you future people, go over and follow so you can see when I go live next. But enough about this and back to the video. Ascent of Arceus completed, Queen of Thieves completed, Forsaken Tower completed, and that's Tale of the Righteous completed. That's my last quest I have to do because I've already done the Hosidius one. Now I can add this page to my book, and that is the last one that I needed for it. So now I have all the teleports in my book. So doing medium clues now will be so much easier for any step that I get over here in Corrend because I have the teleports to all the good areas here. There we go. That's kill 150 already. Good start, but yeah, 150 kills already. I will just go to Ferox and I'll show my loot tracker real quick. But this is what 150 kills is looking like right now. So it's not looking too bad at all. I've gotten 7 medium clues and 7 of the spines as well, so that's not bad. And then I also still have how many in here? I got 4 more spines in here still too that I can trade in for XP, so it's not bad at all. That's already 84 range, 1 more level until I call it here and move on to the next big update. I can finally record something interesting, and that is a medium casket. It's the first one I've got in a long time. I'm at 196 kills now, and I'm kind of on my way to the next level. But this is the first one I can complete because I kept getting steps I could not do. So let's just open this here on Karamja and hope for some good luck. Yeah, okay, this is bad. And I've finally got myself another medium casket. I don't think this was too long after the other. It was like about 25 kills or so. Maybe a couple more, I'm unsure. But hopefully we get something good from this one. We will see. Hopefully manacles. No, just Lunar Isle teleports, that's fine. I really need green D'hide chaps because I need them for some clues, but I keep getting the body, which kind of sucks. There we go. That's already 85 range here, so that was pretty quick. I'm going to call it at 85 range, so this will be my last kill right now. And then we can kind of move on to the next update. So I've got 11 extra spines to turn in. Of course, I made the bow with one, I made the staff with one, and I've already handed in one of them for prayer XP. So I have about, 14 spines that I got from this grind. This is my loot. I've made 2.5 mils so far. So all of this stuff is what I've gotten from the whole grind, which is pretty damn good. 1 kill wasn't tracked, but that's whatever. The medium clues I was slightly dry on. I think I should have got 2 more, but it is what it is. So from these, if I hand in all my spines for the XP, I'm going to get 11 lamps that are going to give me 3,500 prayer XP each. So it's going to be a good 38.5k prayer XP. There we go. That's all my prayer XP used up, and it got me a fair bit of XP, actually. So, well, a fair bit towards my next level. 28k until my next prayer level at 76, which is not bad, because then it puts me 1 step closer to Augury. Now, I'm just going to go grab some things that I'll need for our next kind of update activity. The other update that happened recently that affected my account was the recent Wilderness update, which buffed the 3 Wilderness multi-bosses drop tables and added a few items to them, but not much that I need. Scorpia and the Chaos Elemental also had a drop table buff and change, but I'll get back into them in a minute because they had some good changes for me. One other change that affects me was the Muddy Chest, which might not seem to have anything to do with me, but I can get keys from the Crazy Archaeologist, and I already have 4 from grinding him previously. These keys give me a slim chance of getting Laren's keys and some other loot, but I mainly just want the Laren's keys. So I'm going to first use up my 4 that I have in my bank before I get into Scorpia and the Chaos Alley. Alright, I've made it to the chest with my 4 muddy keys, so let me open it and hopefully get a Laren's key. They're pretty rare, but I can also have my hopes up. Of course, the loot got a little bit buffed as well, the general loot, so I'll be getting at least 2 mithril bars each time, so hey, it's not a complete waste. And I didn't get it, but you know, that's expected. I think the Laren's key is probably like a 1 in 30. I haven't looked at the drop rate, but from like what I've seen some people do, it looks to be about like a 1 in 30 or something. But if I have to go back to the Crazy Archaeologist in the future, any muddy keys will be good so I can do this. The Chaos Elemental has been one of my favorite bosses of the series, due to it having really weird drops that seem to help me in odd situations. Completing Merlin's Crystal with the Bat Bones, which led me to getting Piety, the best offensive melee prayer in the game. And of course, the 10 Strange Fruit drop, which let me get some of my first Zora kills on the account, and led me to make a discovery about them that was previously unknown, which was that they healed Venom and Poison in one go. But no more because they've both been removed. Which hurts a bit. But there has been a buff to the overall table. Instead of a weird boss loot table, it now has a much more standard drop table. The best things for me that are new to the table are the 100 rune darts at a rate of 1 in 25.6, which have replaced the previous 300 mithril darts that were a rate of 1 out of 12.8. I can't smith darts, so having already completed high level darts on the drop table is huge. The other drop that's great for me is coal. 75 to 150 coal is one of my best ways to get coal, and it was previously pretty hard for me to get it. It's only really found on Bandos' drop table, Dagonoth Rex, and at Chambers, all of which are pretty slow to kill and resource intensive. But the Chaos Alley can be safe spotted and drops a very good amount. But those are really the only changes to the drop table that benefit me, so let's go do some test kills. It definitely feels weird to be back in the wilderness safe spotting the Chaos Alley, because it has been a very, very long time since I've been back here and killed it. First kill, what will we get? A loop half of a key and a super combat, another new item from the drop table. I think the loop half of the key was rare drop table, but super combat obviously replaced all the super defense, super attack, and super strength. You can get a 4-dose potion of them at a 1 in 12 rate, I believe, and now the super combat 1 dose is a 1 in 5. So I get a little less like potion doses per kill, if you can put it that way. But of course, having a super attack, super strength, and super defense take up 1 slot, I would much rather this. So this is also going to be a good drop from grinding this boss. Mahogany Planks and a Blighted Super Restore are both new drops as well. So that's going to be that for that inventory. All 3 drops were something like new to the boss, which is pretty cool to see. Hopefully I pick up some coal soon. That would be pretty nice. That's another one of the drops that I really wanted from here was the Rune Darts. 100 of them is really nice. Granted, 300 Myth Darts was a previous drop for them, but these have more range strength bonus than the Mithril Darts, obviously, and will probably just come in more handy since I am obviously going to use a blowpipe at bosses since I'm not going to use it on regular monsters. So having high range strength means I'll hit more and should be a lot better for some of the bosses, like when I go to Ziliana and use it on the minions. Well, that's the one drop I was looking for, the coal. That is such a good drop. I also just worked out from all the other places I can currently get coal, being Dagonoth Rex and Bandos, not including Chambers. Chaos Alley is my best way of actually getting coal consistently, with the amount of kills per hour I get here. So I should get at least 1 drop or so of coal every 2 hours, or just a little bit over 2 hours of doing Chaos Alley, when I should only receive 1 drop of coal from Bandos every 4 to 5 hours from like my average kills per hour. Probably leaning closer to the 5 hours. Chaos Alley has now become my best way of getting coal as long as I don't get a drop from Chambers, which is pretty cool. I think I'll do 1 more kill to even myself off at 450 kill count, and then I'll move on to the next boss, being Scorpia. Oh wow, finishing off 450 kills with a Dragon Plate Skirt. That is definitely a drop. I could not imagine if I got a Dragon Plate Skirt back in the day when I was farming this with a Mithril Scimitar. Would have been pretty damn crazy. Scorpia is the other wilderness boss that has had some changes that affect me. I don't have a Malediction or Odium Ward. I still need both pieces from Scorpia, and I would like to have them in the future, so the loot increase will be nice while I grind the boss. Honestly, I don't have anything I need from Scorpia's new drop table. The Mystic may look really good for me since I have split bark legs and it's just better, but I'm going for the Aram skirt at the moment, which is better than the Mystic skirt. The rest of the loot will be nice to get while I hunt the shield pieces, because more loot is always better than less. I have a Slayer task of 87 Scorpions, so I plan to kill Scorpia for all of it to test the drops out and get some good XP along the way. So I've done 1 kill as a test kill, and it looks like in my inventory, it looks like this should be enough for 4 or 5 kills per trip. So that's what I'm going to go with. As long as I don't start getting attacked again. I did get attacked at the end of my last kill, but we'll see how it goes just doing it this way. All right, there we go. That went very well. I don't have to kill the healers with this method, but I will go through a lot of runes doing it. So that part's going to suck, but at least I don't have to kill the healers and basically kill it from full health again. And I only used my 5 cast that kill plus 20 death runes. So it should be relatively okay on the runes. All right, that's the last kill of this inventory, and it looks like I did have a perfect amount of supplies and everything like that. Of course, I have more death runes, but that's kind of fine. But yeah, it looks like I bought the perfect amount of entangles, and the 1 blighted super restore is enough, and of course, just 1 potion sip of the antidote gets me through the entire kill. You can tell the drop table's been really buffed when I look at my looting back, and you can see just 5 kills being 165k at Scorpia, which is pretty insane. Well, this trip here means I'm now out of basically all my earth and water runes. So now I've got to actually go craft my own. I think I still need about 1,500 or maybe 1,400 nature runes, along with probably like 1,800 water and earth now. And with these last ones made, that's all the nature runes that I currently need. Now I can move on to water. And I've actually made a few extra nature runes because I wanted about 4.2k XP away from the next level, which is of course 52. And the water runes that I need for the grind will push me just to 52 rune crafting. And that will let me make my triple earth runes. All right, that's the last of the water runes I'm going to craft with those 100 that I just made. So time to start on earth, which is good because I did hit the 52 rune crafting for them. And these earth runes will be the last ones I need to craft now. So I've got like over 2,000 waters, 2,000 earths, and I think about over 2,000 nature runes too. So I'm all good to finish my last 66 Scorpia kills with these. If I die, then I might have to come back and make a couple hundred, but it's hopefully not. I actually managed 6 kills this first trip back, and that's 273k. It is such a changed boss for the loot. It's so weird to like get over. But some of the new stuff, of course, like the grimy toadstools, the crab teleports, and the javelin heads, just make up so much of the loot. These teleports alone are 67k, which is more than a dragon scimitar, which was on its original drop table. So yeah, it's pretty wild to see. Oh, that's actually a pretty funny drop, actually. The Ensouled Scorpion head. Usually I used to get these and not pick them up, but now that there's been the Arceus change as well, and I can use the Arceus Spellbook, it's one of the very few Ensouled heads I can actually get from bosses and actually use for some prayer XP. Oh, one of the first good drops from doing Scorpia, Laren's Key. I am gonna definitely bank this as one of the few drops that I'll bank straight away when I get it, because Laren's Keys are definitely very good for some of the loot, so let's bank it. And I did forget to use the other 2 I got last episode, I think it was. So now I have 3 Laren's Keys I could potentially open after I finish off Scorpia. And another drop that got recently added to the table, a Dragon 2-hand. It used to not be possible to actually get one from Scorpia because it didn't have it on the drop table. It was only exclusive to really Chaos Alley and the 3 main Wildy bosses. It's kind of cool to actually still see a Dragon 2-hand. I'm not going to bother banking it because at the end of the day, it's just 130k, and I have one, so it doesn't really bother me. Oh, wow, look at it go. Malediction Shard 3. That actually means I complete a whole Wilderness Shield. I have the other 2 Malediction Shards. I only have 1 Odium, so getting the Malediction means I have completed one of the shields. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most useful shield for me. I don't really know when I'm going to be using it, because I'm more so inclined to use the Tome of Fire because it obviously is infinite fire runes, and for most of the spells I use, I need fire runes, and if I don't wear it, then I have to go craft a bunch of fire runes. But it's still really good to have, and I think it will be useful in the future whenever I get some form of charge staff or something like that to go in one hand. Say, for example, if I got a Sanguinesti staff from TOB, then it will be useful to have a nice Malediction Shard as the offhand. That's 2 Laren's Keys this task now, so that's pretty damn nice. I'm going to bank that again. And that's my last Scorpia kill of the task. 87 Scorpions completed and a good task done. Now I've actually done 2 tasks in a row, so Potentially, I could get a third in a row from Crystalia. We'll just have to see if I can do it on a boss. But now it's time to go make the Malediction Shield and use up my Larynx keys. So I'll go grab the shield and be at the volcano. Now we can finally make one of the wilderness shields. If I use this on here, this one. So I feed it into the mouth, and there we go. Now I get a Malediction Ward. So it's actually an incredibly good magic shield. I get plus 12 magic attack bonus, which is great, and it's got really good defensive stats. I did mention when I got the shard, it's not going to be that useful because of the Tome of Fire. I am better off having the elemental runes that provides than just the stats that this provides. Because otherwise, I do have to runecraft every single elemental rune that I basically have, and it would just get crazy too quickly. Just before I go use up the 4 Larynx keys that I have, let's get another task from Crystalia and see if it is actually a Slayer task that I can do. 83 spiders, never mind. That is an incredibly good task, but oh my god, is that going to take a long time. But that is a lot of Slayer XP, and it's something I can do, so that's actually really surprising. I got 3 tasks in a row that I can do. I can only kill about 6 Venenatas per hour, so that is looking like a 15+ hour task right there. Now, let's go use up our 4 Larynx keys. All right, we've made it to the chest. What will we get in our 4 keys? I haven't even looked at the drop table. Hopefully something good. Maybe steel bars might be nice, or maybe just even some coal or something like that. I could also get Dagonhai as well. That's also an option. Coal is very nice, actually. Coal's a really good one. I'm very happy about the coal. And diamonds. It wasn't too bad. I didn't get any Dagonhai, but what can you expect? That's not bad. I'm actually really, really happy with the coal. The coal is probably the best thing from its normal drop table I could have got, so that is great. Don't forget to check me out over on Kick with the link in the description, and while you're down there, why not subscribe? Anyway, I'll see you all in the next episode.